It's been over 20 years since GTA San Andreas released, and players are still finding new details and hidden mechanics in this game. So today, we're going through some discoveries most people never noticed. Let's get into it. There's a rare hidden interaction with hostile gangs in San Andreas. If you sit inside a car in enemy territory for too long, there's a chance gang members will walk up and start kicking your car, trying to provoke CJ to get out and fight. We don't see this much in the game because it is poorly programmed, but it's a rare feature that not much people know. The safe house in Mulholland is one of the most expensive properties of the game, but the design is pretty simple compared to how it really looked in the beta version of GTA San Andreas. As we can see in one of the trailers, this house was supposed to look a lot better with a view to the inside. Sadly, Rockstar decided to remove this for unknown reasons. Did you know that you can get infinite stamina since the beginning of the game without increasing your stamina stat at all? Just finish the mission Home Invasion, and you will unlock the burglary side missions. After you rob some houses and get $10,000 worth of cash, you will get the infinite running forever, and CJ will never fatigue. There's a secret outcome in the mission Stowaway that you probably didn't know. In this mission, Torino sends CJ to take down a cargo plane full of government agents. Normally, you grab the parachute, plant the explosives, and jump out the plane to complete the mission. But if Carl decides to jump without picking up the parachute, a hidden alternate cutscene plays. CJ falls all the way down and crashes directly onto a parked car at the Fort Carson Drive-In Theater, instantly dying. In each of the 3 cities in GTA San Andreas, there's a side mission that a lot of players don't even notice: the courier missions. In Los Santos, if you head to this location, you'll see a 24/7 store with a bike parked outside. Hop on the bike, and you'll start the mission. The goal is simple: deliver packages to different spots around the city. It's actually a solid way to make money early in the game, and if you finish 4 delivery rounds in a row, you unlock passive income from that business, letting you collect up to $2,000 every so often. You can also find these courier missions in San Fierro, where you'll be riding a freeway motorcycle, and in Las Venturas, where the job starts outside a burger shot and you make your deliveries on a Faggio scooter. There's a funny glitch you can do with the Grove Street families. If you use the spray can on them and then recruit them right after, they'll get stuck in the choking animation permanently, sliding backwards for eternity until you interrupt their animation. Some girlfriends, like Katie, will actually spawn even if you haven't unlocked the city they're in yet. That means you can get a girlfriend right at the start of the game. The easiest way to get her number legitimately is right after the second mission. Just get a fresh haircut and pull up in a decent car. That's enough to boost your sex appeal above 50% and make her interested in CJ, so she'll accept becoming your girlfriend. Speaking of girlfriends, some of them actually have really cool advantages. For example, with Katie, you don't lose your weapons or money after dying. With Barbara, you also don't lose weapons or money when busted. Michelle will fix your car for free and give you access to her monster truck once you make enough progress with her. And Helena will give you access to free weapons in her barn. Denise doesn't really give you much other than just access to her vehicle and a custom outfit, but this is something the other girlfriends also do.
Now I know you blind, man, but you gotta see this.
After the mission, Key to Her Heart, we are told to get a keycard for the Caligula's Casino from our new girlfriend, Millie. This can be done by getting out on dates with her until our progress in the relationship gets to 40%. After that, we get the keys to her house and we can pick up the keycard. But did you know there's also another not-so-recommended option? If you manage to neutralize her by accident, you will receive a call from Woozy, and this is what he'll say.
Hello?
What is the holdup with that security pass, CJ?
Man, there's been a slight setback.
What kind of setback?
Well, more of an unfortunate accident. It's Millie. She dead.
What the fuck? How? When?
Well, we was hanging out and shit got fucked up. That's all I'm saying, man.
Well, her pass will probably be in her house. You gotta break in and get it.
Shit. Right. Hey, I'ma call you when I get the car.
After the conversation, you can go to her place now and get the keycard. There's a lot of characters in GTA San Andreas that are actual celebrities in real life. Take a look, for example, at Frank Tenpenny. He's portrayed by the famous actor Samuel L. Jackson, which you might know from movies like Django or Pulp Fiction. Other examples are James Woods as Torino, Chris Penn as Pulaski, Peter Fonda as The Truth, Ice-T as Mad Dog, and more. St. Mark's Bistro is a mission given by Salvatore Leone, where we need to fly to Liberty City and take down Marco Forelli. Sadly, the city is extremely cut and incomplete, so we cannot explore more than what we can see inside the building the mission takes place. But did you know there was a point in the game where developers were thinking of adding the whole city? Of course, this was later not possible due to the limitations of the PlayStation 2, but the original plan was to make us chase down Marco Forelli through Liberty City, or at least Portland Island. There's actually a whole separate dimension that is used for interiors, completely isolated from the normal map. So if we manage to glitch out of an interior, we'll see that everything around us is just empty space, but you can also find all kinds of secrets here. Floating pickups, broken versions of parts of the outside map, and if you go far enough, you might even find unused or hidden interiors. It's like exploring an unfinished layer of the game that we were never meant to see. Close to the suburban store in San Fierro, we can find a graveyard that not much people know about. But one thing that goes unnoticed is the inscriptions on the graves that say RIP Opposition or Rest in Peace Opposition. This is because before GTA San Andreas was launched, there were plenty of games trying to compete in this genre, titles like Mafia, Driver, True Crime, and The Getaway. But Rockstar knew that once San Andreas came out, it would deliver the final knockout to all of them, crowning GTA as the undisputed king of open-world crime games. That level of confidence makes this Easter egg one of the most badass moves Rockstar has ever pulled. You can become a millionaire at any point of the game by doing a strategy called save scumming. You just need to save your game, go to the nearest betting house, get into horse betting, and put all your money on the horse you desire. If you win, you go back to your safe house and save the game. If you lose, you simply load the game and try again. Do this until you have millions of dollars and you will never need more money again. You can get inside a train by putting down the driver, then you can simply drive it yourself. But did you know the train also has a side mission needed for the 100% completion? You just need to drive from one city to another a few times without derailing the train, and you're good to go. The cash reward is also pretty nice at the end. One of the things that proves GTA San Andreas could be connected to the HD universe is DJ Laszlo. If we listen closely to the radio station KDST, sometimes we can hear this character hosting the show. It is the same Laszlo that has a major role in GTA 5 with his TV show Fame or Shame.
Why do you rappers get so worked up? You're rich. You've won. Stop shooting at each other. And you keep saying, I'm from the streets. Well, you know what, dude? Everyone has a street in front of their house. That doesn't make you cool.
It's the auditions Fame or Shame Season 14 right here in Vinewood, San Andreas. Coming up next, it's Tracy DeSanta. Judges, Tracy DeSanta. Yes.
There's a hidden trait assigned to every NPC in GTA San Andreas that determines how much they like or hate other NPCs, including CJ. This system affects how they react to everyone around them. With external tools, you can actually change these values and, for example, make the balas like CJ. Once you do that, things get weird. Now, if someone starts shooting at you, the balas will immediately jump in to defend you. And this can be done for every single NPC of the game. A lot of people know you can get a new fighting style in the gym in Ganton, but did you know there is 2 more fighting styles that you can get in the other 2 cities? Those being Cobra Marital Arts Gym in San Fierro, featuring a Kung Fu trainer, and the Below the Belt Gym in Las Venturas, featuring a kickboxing trainer. Aliens are one of the most popular myths in GTA San Andreas, but there is a lot of information in the game itself that proves they do exist. Take a look, for example, at the Lil Probe Inn restaurant, where we can see living proof of UFO sightings across the map. There is also a lot of references in the missions we do for the truth, like in the mission Green Goo or Black Project. Did you ever dreamed of reaching the end of the map when you were a kid? Well, it turns out you can actually get there, it's just impossible without mods. But once we finally reach it, we can see the game will start glitching out completely and CJ will deform in many different ways. The game was not programmed for us to go this far, and the results are pretty disturbing. In one mission late in the game, we need to confront OG Locke for using Mad Dog's rhymes that we actually stole ourselves before. But did you know that this mission will affect the prices of merchandise in the clothing stores? That's right. Before the mission, if we take a look at the price of OG Locke merch locked down in the Zip store, we can see it's really expensive. And the Mad Dog merch, Mad Tag, is extremely cheap due to the rapper's failure at the moment we unlock the store. But once we complete the mission later in the game, we can see that lockdown merch is the one that goes down, and Mad Tag, regaining his popularity, goes up in price again. Most of us already know that if you let your character eat too much, it will become obese, and you will no longer run as fast or jump as high. But NPCs will also react to the physical condition of CJ, commenting on how he should lose some weight, sometimes even mocking him for being fat.
Fat bastard! Back of your neck look like a pack of hot dogs.
You're looking like a chicken been plucked.
Dude, you're letting yourself go.
There is a truck in the game named Benson that we can find in industrial areas around the map. But there's a hidden detail that no one really notices basically because it is impossible to see without a free camera hack. If we look closely inside these trucks, we will see that they actually have some cargo inside, depending on the label of the outside. So in a LSD Benson truck we can find furniture, and in the garden truck we can find one plant. In the mission Pier 69, the one we are told to hunt Ryder down because of his betrayal, we are meant to follow him to a small island. But in that small island, we can see there is other people just hanging around, doing a campfire, and a couple of 2 NPCs kissing. But there are scenarios where this couple could be 2 people of the same gender. Michelle is one of the girlfriends CJ can meet, and she can be found in the driving school in San Fierro. There's also a funny glitch that involves the NPC she's always talking to. If we go out of the school after we see her inside, and then wait outside for a few seconds, we will notice how the NPC that was talking to her suddenly falls from the sky and dies. There are some theories that point out San Fierro could have been struck by an earthquake in 1989, just like the real city San Francisco. This earthquake was triggered by a slip along the San Andreas fault, and this fault also exists in the game. It is below the bridge that connects San Fierro and Bayside, and it is too large to be a coincidence. Los Santos Observatory is an amazing building that is sadly not used for anything in the game. Some fans say that a mission that was removed later on was supposed to have place in here, but it ended up being basically useless. It is a shame that a location like this with this amount of detail was basically wasted until we got GTA 5, where this observatory now has a big role in one of the most popular missions of the game. Did you know there is a segment of Bayside, the city in the northern left of the map, that is accessible at the beginning of the game? We can just get into a plane and fly there through the ocean, avoiding land as much as possible. Then, we can now approach one of the docks, carefully staying as far as possible of the San Fierro section, and there we go. We can now walk around here without alerting the police. This changes of course as soon as you go too far, but it is still explorable without cheats. If you do the mission Ryder with negative money on you, the game will try to give you the minimum amount of cash needed for the cheapest haircut, which is $52. But since you are on the negatives, it will simply not be enough. So you can get in and out of the barbershop and receive $52 every time until you are finally back to green. Same thing happens inside the pizzeria. Sometimes we can see random NPCs having conversations with each other, just like in GTA 5.
I had to think about it.
Best king you ever saw, right?
No, it's crap.
Later, man.
Yeah, catch you later, amigo.
I don't stand for cheating.
There's an Easter egg in Unity Station where we can see a billboard referencing the game True Crime Streets of LA, portrayed instead as True Grime Street Cleaners. Even the colors of the logo are the same. We can also see this billboard close to the car dealership in Los Santos. Another abandoned building is found close to the Area 69 in the desert of Las Venturas. This building is labeled in the game files as Research Lab, which, considering its location, could have been an alien research laboratory or something similar. I guess we'll never entirely know. You might have seen this car in your GTA San Andreas playthrough, but there's one thing that makes this car special. It can simply not be fixed, and it's permanently on this damaged state. You can try by yourself and bring them to any pay and spray, and it will simply change the color instead of taking them to the undamaged counterpart. We can find this wrecked Sadler right here where we do one of Torino missions, and the wrecked Glendale in Flint County just near this bridge. We've all been chased by police helicopters in the game. They show up as soon as you hit 3 stars, but here's something most players never noticed. There's nobody flying them. Seriously, the cockpit is completely empty. No pilot, no cop, nothing. So yeah, we've basically been hunted by ghost helicopters this whole time. There's also another fun fact about helicopters. You can instantly destroy them by shooting them on the base of the rotors. This seems pretty logic because it will immediately make the helicopter fall down, as it will severely damage what's keeping them in the air. What really happened to CJ and Sweet's brother is still one of the biggest mysteries of GTA San Andreas. What we do know is that he probably died around 1987 and that CJ always blames himself for his death. It is implied that he was killed by a rival gang, and Carl was present, but he did not attempt to help Brian. We all know that most of the main characters in the game were massively redesigned through the years of development, and Rockstar left a few hints on what they actually looked like. If we go to CJ's house, the paintings we can see in one of the walls are the beta versions of Sweet and Kendall, which the developers didn't really bother to fix. Speaking of Kendall, her original model was reused as an NPC instead. After that, Rockstar never made a proper NPC model for her because she never appears outside any cutscene except for one occasion. In the mission High Stakes Lowrider, we follow Cesar Villalpando to the lowrider race just around the block. But if we take a moment to take a look at Kendall in Caesar's car, we can see she is a completely different NPC with similar clothes to the one we saw in the picture in CJ's house. If we go to Mount Chiliad at night, we can see some stars in the sky forming an R representing the Rockstar Games logo. You can also shoot at the moon with a sniper rifle anytime, and just like in GTA 3 and Vice City, the size of the moon will change with every shot. Did you know you can unlock every single store and interior at the very beginning of the game without completing a single mission? There's a glitch that lets you do it right from the start. All you have to do is start a new game and don't skip the opening cutscene. When the cutscene changes and CJ is inside Tenpenny's car, enter the cheat code Rocket Man. Because you spawn with a jetpack, the game won't throw you out of the car at the end of the cutscene like it normally does. Instead, you'll get a wasted screen and respawn at the hospital with $0, completely skipping the "here we go again" intro sequence. This means the glitch was successfully done. If you head to any store in Los Santos, like clothing shops or ammunition, you'll notice they're all open from the start, even though you haven't done a single mission that unlocks them. One of the most popular Easter eggs in the whole Grand Theft Auto series is the photographer with a death wish. If we come to this location near the bridge connecting Flint County and Los Santos, we can see a man or a woman taking pictures of the city. After they're done, they will walk straight into the water, essentially losing their life. There are a lot of theories around this incident and why does the photographer has zero survival instinct, but the most logic explanation would be that they are simply hard programmed to follow this path. Perhaps the coordinates were misplaced while in development, or some other crazier theories say there was supposed to be a bridge around here which was later removed. The reason why the NPC thinks that bridge should still be here. Regular Tom is a small, isolated geyser located in the heart of Bone County. You can often spot tourists there taking pictures, and the geyser periodically erupts, shooting water into the air. Generally, geysers are found near active volcanic areas, which has led to speculation that there may be an active volcano somewhere near San Andreas, or that a volcanic eruption may have occurred in the region sometime before the events of the game. Did you know that in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, there's a hidden jealous girlfriend mechanic during dates? If certain conditions are met, there's a 50% chance another girlfriend will show up about 7 seconds after you start driving your date home. She'll begin chasing you, and if CJ gets too close, a special cutscene triggers where both girlfriends start arguing and insulting each other.
Carl, are you kidding me? Look what the pusher dragged in.
The date instantly ends, and he loses progress with a jealous girlfriend. But if you're quick, you can simply outrun her and finish the date normally. Most players know you can play basketball around the map after the mission tagging up turf. But did you know CJ can actually dunk too? If you run toward the hoop and press left click and spacebar, he'll perform a dunk animation instead of a regular shot. And there's another cool detail. If you're holding the ball and press left click while you're away from the hoop, CJ will spin the ball on his finger. There's an amazing detail in the police stations of the game. If you approach the parking lot with a police car, the officer in the booth will lift the barrier for you. This is also the case for accessing the impound garage with a car. It will automatically open too, but they will call back up soon after. The SWAT tank is a really special tank that we can only see in the final mission of the game, and we need it to break into Big Smoke's palace. But it is a shame that we never see this tank again, which is why you can just take it to the nearest garage and simply save it for later. You can then do what you gotta do to fail the mission, and after you respawn, that's it, you now have a SWAT tank in your save game. Another special car that is never seen in the game but is still hidden in the game files is the FBI truck. This truck can only be spawned with mods, but it is completely functional. Apparently it was meant to appear in a removed mission called The Truth Is Out There, which, of course, we were going to do for the truth. There's a car dealership in Los Santos called Grotti, where we can find a few supercars that are pretty rare anywhere except Las Venturas. Apparently, Rockstar didn't want the player to access one of the best cars of the game so early, which is why the Turismo cars are locked, and there is nothing we can do to open them. We can still grab the cheetah though, and it will make the alarm of the car go off, which will attract police attention if we are seen. There's a really cool spot we can find north of San Fierro where we can see a fountain, a waterfall, and some nice bridges. It looks great, but something isn't quite right. If you go to the pond above the waterfall, you'll notice there's no water source feeding it. Yet the waterfall is constantly pouring water out of it. So yeah, turns out Minecraft wasn't the first game with infinite water sources. You can use the airports around the game to travel through the 3 cities. Simply go to this yellow marker and set your destination. Then you can either watch the flight or skip it and wait for the cutscene to finish. You can also jump off the plane at any time if you want to. Girlfriends wave to you if you point them with your camera. CJ will also encourage them with a few dialogues in order to make them look good for the photo. There's another funny glitch in the Mulholland safe house, where you can basically save any helicopter in this garage. Just grab a helicopter that can fit on this tiny space and park it above in the ceiling. Take a few steps away from the garage and you can see how it disappears after the gate closes. But don't worry, the helicopter is still there and you can keep using it later on. In the mission Homecoming, we need to take back Mad Dog's mansion from Big Papa and the Vagos gang. Once we're inside the mansion, we can encounter one girl that looks exactly the same as CJ's girlfriend Denise, which makes fans theorize she could be here cheating on CJ. After all, remember we meet Denise in Vagos territory, essentially making this theory stronger due to her previous links with the gang. In the Los Santos police station garage, if you go to this corner, you'll see 2 cops beating up a pedestrian, a clear sign of police corruption, and if you stare for too long, one of the officers will notice, threaten you with his gun, and call for backup. Look behind you and more cops will start arriving. After a few seconds, they'll open fire. In the same LSPD garage, there is a hidden feature that was never presented to us because the mission that was supposed to explain this was removed from the game. It is the impounded vehicles. Just like in Grand Theft Auto 5 when we get busted by the police, the car we had at that moment will be moved to the impound garage in the police department. So if we go all the way into the garage at the police station, we can see our vehicle is there and we can have our car back. Just be careful with the cops on the way out. There's a really cool detail in the mission Cesar Villalpando from the girl that gets in the car with us. The better we perform in this mission, the more fun the girl will have, and she will show this with her actions. She will go from being bored to sitting on the top of the seat, to raising her hands or even standing up. She will get bored and will insult you if you fail too much after that. Sweet's Girl is a mission where we need to save Sweet from the Seville families after he met a girl in their territory. But did you know Sweet can actually betray us in this mission? Once we take down all the Seville families in the area, Sweet will get in the car along with his girl. But for this glitch, we can just get out of the car and take her down. The mission will fail, but Sweet won't disappear and will act as a normal NPC. If we shoot or punch him, he will get his pistol out and start shooting at us, even killing us if we don't fight back. This is the brother love he's always talking about, I guess. GTA San Andreas is full of references to movies and other games, but there's one from Pulp Fiction that's almost impossible to miss. Before one of the Truth's missions, he calls CJ and quotes a line straight from the movie. Here's the phone call.
What's happening?
Hey, Carl, dude. Now I got the little mau you're after. But be careful, man. People are listening to us. I got a little green village up in the hills. Come and get it. Whoa, man, I don't know you. Prank caller, prank caller.
And here's the original clip from Pulp Fiction, so you can compare it.
I don't know you. Who is this? Don't come here. I'm hanging up the phone. Prank caller, prank caller!
During the Black Project mission in GTA San Andreas, when CJ infiltrates the Area 69, there's a detail many players miss. You can hear various announcements that tell the employees a variety of things and even confirms the facility is used for alien research. Listen by yourself.
Could the owner of the alien culture in the diagnostic lab's fridge kindly remove it? Personnel found stealing alien technology will not be invited on the next staff night out.
In the same mission, after going through the tunnels for a while, we can find a crowbar on one of the tables in this room. This is obviously a reference to the game Half-Life. If you spam right-click with a weapon equipped on top of a moving car, you can do this interesting bug where the camera will get far away from CJ. The Jefferson Motel is one of the most popular locations in GTA San Andreas, but there's also a lot of hidden things and mysteries regarding this building. One of them is this strange water below the ground, which is not accessible but fully functional. This could mean there was supposed to be a pool in this spot, but was later scrapped for unknown reasons. Or maybe they just forgot this water was here. A nice detail that shows how much work Rockstar put into their games is in the air bubbles that CJ expels while underwater. The more lung capacity we have, the less bubbles he will lose underwater, as he is now more skilled at holding his breath. Did you know you can get your Grove Street homies to take a picture of you? Just recruit one of them and give them your camera. They'll point it at you and snap a photo when you tell them to. A pretty cool feature most players never use. There's a small detail after the mission robbing Uncle Sam that a lot of people didn't notice. To refresh your memory, in this mission we robbed some crates with weapons to the army, but what you didn't know is that after it is completed, some of our GSF homies will be carrying Tech 9s from now on. Storms can actually affect helicopters. When the weather turns stormy, especially during heavy rain and strong winds, helicopters become noticeably harder to control. You'll feel a noticeably reduced stability and sometimes faster drops in altitude. It's a subtle detail many players miss, but it adds a really cool layer of realism to a 2004 game. The tow truck is a special vehicle that lets you tow pretty much any car in the game, even tanks, but there's a hilarious interaction when you try to tow a rhino. As soon as you hook it up, the physics completely break. The game just can't handle a towed vehicle and an immovable tank at the same time, so things start glitching out and you start gaining a lot of speed out of nowhere. Speaking of tanks breaking the game, there's another glitch you can trigger with a boat. If you get on a fast boat and then spawn a tank using a cheat code, they will collide, and after a few tries, physics will completely break and launch you across the map. These are all the 69 Easter eggs and facts for you. Let me know in the comments if there are any other secrets that you might have encountered while playing the game.